Hey folks, it's Chef Kevin, and Happy New Year. This is New Year Day 2023, and I'm out here in my backyard. It doesn't feel like New Year's Day. Let me take a look at that fog behind me, and it's pretty warm here too now in Virginia. As you can see, I just have my short sleeve shirt on. But anyway, I've been invited to a party next door, and several people will bring items, and what I'm going to bring is a mini quiche Lorraine with potatoes and sausage. And these are mini, these are really small. I've never done this before, but I have made quiche Lorraine several times before, so I'm pretty sure I can pull this off. And I chose this item because people like eggs and sausage and potatoes, and they're small, so you can consume it in 2 bites, which is really good for party food because you don't want to fill up on just one item. You want to enjoy several items. So after a couple of bites, it's pretty much gone. And usually at these parties, you're standing around holding a drink, so you don't want to have a big handful of food. You have to balance yourself while you eat it. So let's go into the kitchen now, and I'll show you how to make mini quiche Lorraine. Okay, so this is what I have. I have a dozen eggs. I have a pound of Jimmy Dean Country Mild sausage. I have some Parmesan cheese, salt and pepper. I'm going to use a little milk. I have some garlic here, and I also have some onion. Actually bought these onions pre-diced because it's a very, very small dice, so I went for that. And these potatoes here, these are Ore-Ida potatoes. They're kind of chunky, but they'll shrink down when they cook. So the first thing I'm going to do is prep my pork. I'm basically just going to take that and saute it in a pan. Now, quiche Lorraine is basically a baked egg dish, and you can substitute any type of meat, really. Whatever you like. I know this is a meat eaters crowd here, so they'll be happy with this, I'm sure. So I'm just going to break this up and brown it off. This will probably take about 10 minutes or so before it's all cooked down. Okay. Okay, it's cooking away nicely here. Going to add some black pepper. Not going to add any salt because I know there's enough salt in that already. And I'm going to add a little cayenne pepper just to give it a little heat factor. Not much, just a tablespoon or so. Trying to break it up at the same time. Now all these ingredients that go into the quiche are pre-cooked. You don't put raw food in quiche. It's just not going to work. So the sausage is cooking. I have to cook down the potatoes and onions next. It's good enough to eat. Okay, this is nicely seared off. You can see the nice color here. Nothing pink. Okay, the next thing to do is the potatoes, and they actually take fair amount of time. There was a fair amount of grease in that skillet, so I placed the sausage into a strainer and over a bowl because you don't want that grease in there. Okay, I'm actually using the same pan. I just cleaned it out a bit. Why dirty another pan if you don't have to? A little olive oil. Not the way to do it. Okay, these are going to take about 15-20 minutes really. So I'm going to throw a little salt on them and break it up and cook them down. This. Okay, something like that. Take some potato. Okay, I don't want to overfill them. I still have to put the ground sausage in. My Jimmy Deans. Have my oven heating up, 350. And since these are so small, they should only take about 20 minutes or so to cook. And I'm going to have to do more than one at a time. Okay, I don't want to overfill these, and I don't want to pack them down. Just going to even it out a bit. Something like that should work. Here is my egg mixture. That's actually 2 cups. I'm going to decant it because it's too full to deal with right now. Okay. Trying to fill them almost all the way up. These will expand a little bit. Now, quiche can be eaten warm, or it can be eaten cold or room temperature. So that's another reason why I wanted to make the quiche, because it's easy on a logistical level. I don't have to keep the food warm. I mean, I'm going to the party, so unless I take a chafing dish, which I don't want to do, this will work out fine. Okay. Sort of shake it a little bit. There may be some air trapped inside there. Gonna take a little more cheese and just spread it over the top. Give me nice and cheesy. Okay. Gonna put this on a sheet tray into the oven, 350, and I'll chuck it at 20 minutes. Okay, so it's been 25 minutes. It looked pretty nice. Nice and puffy. Gonna give it the toothpick stab here, and there's no moisture, so I believe these are cooked thoroughly. Nice. Take one out of the middle here. They come out nice. Going to cut into one just to make sure that it is in fact cooked through. Ah, it's hot. Okay, so yeah, it's cooked through. You can see the cheese, the sausage, the potato. This is too hot to eat right now though, so I'm going to just set that aside, and I'm going to get ready for round two. So here are my mini quiche Lorraine at the party, and people really enjoyed them. And I think people really liked them because they had no crust on them. They were crustless. And I did that for a reason, because when you have something this small, you don't want a crust on it, because you'd end up having too much crust on your mini quiche Lorraine. You would have a mouthful of crust. So this way you get to enjoy the fillings more, the egg in the cheese and the sausage and the potato. So I think I did a good job there, and like I said, people liked them. And yeah, it was a good time. At any rate, I'd just like to say Happy New Year to all my fellow subscribers and my future subscribers as well. Without your enthusiasm, I more than likely wouldn't be doing any of this. So you guys keep me going, and I appreciate that. And if you like my channel, then throw me a friggin' bone here.
Throw me a frickin' bone here.
That's all, folks.